Coming up in today's episode of Inspire to Inspire.
I am consistently understanding through my mother's teachings that I have the keys inside of me to consistently unlock my bravery, consistently unlock my light, consistently step out courageously.
I know that most people forget that they have the light. Actually, that they are the light.
You are the light.
And our guest also said,
The first day we landed in a homeless shelter, my mother looked down at her 3 children, me, my brother, and my sister, and said, "Your predicament doesn't determine your destiny." You can be in a really great place, but there can be something different that can be your destiny for you. And so I encourage you that you have the keys inside of you, that you can unlock your bravery and courage to walk to it. You have this life's purpose, and when you have a pure heart intention and it's intangible and you pour it into something tangible, when you gift it to the world, it becomes life-changing in the receiver's hands because they feel that energy and they feel that intention.
Mr. M. Dongo.
Mr. Dongo.
Wonderful time working with Mr. G.
Mr. M. Dongo, and he is a 10x person.
I love your energy.
He just go like boom, 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 boom. It's amazing.
I always love the way this man carries himself with dignity and respect.
All right, hello there again, and welcome to another episode of Inspired to Inspire. As you know that on this episode or on this show, I bring people that are so inspiring to me and also to you. Sometimes I also bring my friends, sometimes I also bring my clients and everybody else that I know that is up to actually go and save other people. And well, today I have the amazing somebody who went from being homeless to over 1 million homes. She is the founder of Valencia Key Jewelry, speaker, entrepreneur, mentor, and after struggling to take her business to the next level, guess what? Lia kept believing in yourself that the predicament does not determine your future. And she was also featured in All Magazine, and her jewelry was featured in Oprah's Favorite Things. That was like, oh, like, what? This is so good. But here is the best part. Here is the best part. To all of you who've been following me, and some of you who are like actually my clients, you have known that for the past almost the past year, I've been singing and praising and getting lessons from the book that I started calling my new entrepreneurship Bible for 2024, which is Worth It. She is the best friend of Jamie Ken Lima. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the amazing Lia Valencia Key. Hi, Lia.
I am overjoyed, excited, honored to be with you all. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for actually making time for me. I know that you were in Dubai recently.
Yes.
And yeah, and you were saving lives there. There's a lot of things that you're actually doing over there. And we will definitely dive into some of them as we actually go. But how are you, Lia?
Doing so well. Every time I get the honor to connect with beautiful hearts and like just pour out all of me, so in hopes that we fill each other's souls so that we shine as bright as we're supposed to shine in this world. I can't be any better.
Yeah, wow, I'm so grateful. And also I'm also grateful that you are well now. I know that you're supposed to have this yesterday, but something was happening. But anyway, grateful that we finally made it here. Well, let's dive into this. Who is Lia? I know that your name may have got a strong meaning, and I don't know, was that a coincidence or what? But some of the meaning literally got incorporated in your life, in your business, in everything you do. Who is Lia?
That's such a good question. I love it. It's so exciting. Like as you go through life, you start to find out like who you are. And it's really cool when you find out that the name that you were given is like this living journey of who you are and who you're becoming. So Lia Valencia Key, I would say one, my middle and last name, I found out when I was deciding like I want to give the world something and I want it to be touching and inspiring, but what is it? And I traveled to Egypt, Morocco, and Spain on this journey to kind of get outside of where I was in America and experience other cultures. I think culture is bring greatness together. So one part of the journey, I landed in Spain when I was sitting with local people in Spain, and they said, "Oh, what's your name?" Common question, and I'm like, so when my grandmother was very serious, she would always say my full name. And so when I want to like be serious, I'm like Lia Valencia Key, and I share my whole name. And they said, "Wow, Valencia in a Spanish dialect, like a native local dialect, means courage and bravery." And I was so filled because I was on that journey to kind of find out what gifts I wanted to give to the world. And I happened to find out as part of the journey that the birth name that I was given was everything that I had been, wanted to be, and wanted to share in the world. And my last name happens to be Key, which we know a key unlocks. So I would say if I was synopsis, like who am I? I'm a dreamer. I am consistently understanding through my mother's teachings that I have the keys inside of me to consistently unlock my bravery, consistently unlock my light, consistently step out courageously. I believe in keep trying. I believe in failing. I believe that failing is learning and teaching. I am love. I'd like to say that boldly. I am light. I am joy. I do get triggered, but I do know that because I've defined these higher emotions of being, that I'm able to intentionally bring myself to who I decided that I'm called to be. I pray in the world that I'm a light giver to those and inspiring to show others that they have a light within inside of them, that they can shine so bright that they ultimately inspire someone else to shine with them.
Wow, wow. And what a coincidence that you actually get that name. And also later in life, you find yourself living a life that really demanded you to be courageous, to also be the key to yourself and the key to so many other people as well. And just being that kid, you have no idea because like from being homeless to 1 million homes, that only, it's now like a key that really somebody will just look at you and be like, she is my goal, she is my key. Because like the way she managed to actually move from being homeless up to this level, running this big business that is like everywhere else, then I'm gonna use her as my key to go and unlock my own true potential, my own whatever. Wow. What a coincidence. What a blessing.
That's my dream. You know, it's so interesting. Like we hear the share, like Jamie, my love, my heart. Oh, I love her so much.
I love Jamie.
Creator of 14 times in a row or more New York Times bestseller worthy Believe It book. She's a light. And I think we all are lights. And one day we were sitting there, and so my upbringing is from extreme poverty and homelessness all up my entire childhood. I was born to a single mother, 3 children. I'm one of 3. I'm the youngest of 3. The first day we landed in a homeless shelter, my mother looked down at her 3 children, me, my brother, and my sister, and said, "Your predicament doesn't determine your destiny." And those beautiful words have lived through me, and I was young. So it didn't. What I love is like when we are on beautiful podcasts like yours, words are power. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
cool. Like, what is your name and what does it define? Because a word is power and it holds true, and it's a seed that doesn't necessarily grow automatically. Because when I was young and my mother shared that, it just rested in me. But I've been living that out ever since. That whoever's listening, wherever you are, you can be in a really great place, but there can be something different that can be your destiny for you. And so I encourage you that you have the keys inside of you, that you can unlock your bravery and courage to walk to it. And the journey to my business came honestly by a gift from divine, because I didn't know it was a business. So my mother had super early, through our challenges of having lack, but right before she passed, she saw me shining my light. And she said, Leah, I see you shining. I see you just walking out into life, shining your light. But sometimes it's going to be hard to find your light. And she gave me these little earrings and she said, wear your earrings every day. Maybe you are putting them on and it's a physical reminder that I have the light inside of me. All I have to do is choose it. And that
Wow.
symbolic connection of having something wearable tangibly that can help me remind and click into who I'm called to be was just something I started hand sketching jewelry for. I didn't think it was a business at all, honestly. And that's why I share that, because there are some cool things that you could be doing in your life that could be a blessing to others that you may not even know now. And so fast forward, I worked so many jobs and so many careers, and I wound up styling beautiful entrepreneur women, wonderful, and they took me under their wing, Jamie Kern Lima being one of them, Vicky Sai, founder of Tatcha, being another, just to name two. And what I saw was, and what they taught me was, you have this life's purpose. And when you have a pure heart intention and it's intangible and you pour it into something tangible, when you gift it to the world, it becomes life-changing in the receiver's hands because they feel that energy and they feel that intention. And I knew my whole life had been stepping out into light and being light. And so I realized that the last thing that women would do when I would style them, they would say, what earrings do I put on? What bracelet? Like before they walked out into something really big, it was like a
Yeah.
courage, like an armor or comfort or symbolic. And so I realized what my mother had shared. And I thought, like, oh, I want to gift these wearable symbols to remind every heart about the light within inside of them. So wherever you are, you can take that joy with you. You can take that bravery and you can root into your peace. And I created Valencia Key Jewelry, which means you have the light inside of you. All you have to do is every moment consistently choose to keep unlocking your bravery, your light, your courage.
Wow. Wow. So everybody have got that light, and you actually help people right now by giving them that jewelry, so that, because also your jewelry is not just any other jewelry.
No.
It is written an amazing message on it. So I just want to go back to where you were homeless, right?
Yeah.
So you actually told that you have the light, of which I know that most people forget that they
Yes.
have the light. Actually, that they are the light.
You are the light. Yes.
You are the light. I am the light. You are the light.
And the light is transformative when you tap into it.
Yeah. So I am the light. You are the light. But most of the time, we choose to literally go and look at the darkness and start inviting that darkness. What kept you going during your homelessness? Because most of the time, people, they are at the stage where they feel like, I have hit rock bottom. this is it. I don't see any light. I don't even see the end of the tunnel. Well, they always say that there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end.
Like, I
No,
don't
there's
see
no
it.
light at the end of the
I
tunnel.
don't see
You
it.
are the light,
Right.
but we just choose to go and look at the darkness and embrace the darkness around us. What kept you going?
The truth is, words are power for me. Like I know, I hear truth. I know truth. That was something I am grateful to have received, and maybe it's a gift, but we all have it. And we just have to acknowledge it, that we know truth when we hear it. Right. And so when words are spoken to me at a very young age, I would know when they were powerful. And so those first words that my mother spoke in our really most destitute time, that my predicament doesn't determine my destiny, I held on to that so true, like it's a holy grail. So if my predicament now, which is the roughest place, we barely ate, we barely had food, barely had coats in the winter time. So, but if this is my predicament, that tangible thing that I see is not my destiny, meaning not where I'm going to be or supposed to be, then what's in between? And then what's going to get me there? Well, not living in the predicament and going towards the light and going towards what the destiny is. And my mother, you'll always hear me say my mother because she was so transformative in my life. And that's why I love sharing it to you all. She asked me at a young age, a couple years had passed and we're still in the homeless shelter, and I was becoming my environment. So I was becoming negative, just exactly what you talked about, like not understanding light, like really being the darkness and negative behaviors. And she stopped me one day and she said, Leah, do you want to be a follower or a leader? And I'm young, and so I'm like, I am confused here. And she said, right now you're following. And guess what, Leah? You're going to be everything you see. Everything you follow, you will be. Or, Leah, you have a divine inner whisper, a divine, beautiful light shining inside of you, calling you to your destiny. All you have to do is keep choosing the internal light to get to your external destiny. The power of choice, I'd never understood the power of choice. So what got me going is this knowledge that I could choose beyond what I was given. And someone may be sitting there right now, you may be given things and you think that that's what you have to do or be, but I'm a living testimony that you can choose outside of what life has given you, and you can hear inside your truth and where you're supposed to be. And you keep trying different things that are not the norm of your predicament. And you dream bigger than you can dream. And when I think about dreams, I think about things that seem impossible. And when you think about something that's impossible beyond where you are right now, and then you back think it, and then you say, what's the smallest? I call it the millimeter movement. What's the smallest, the most millimeter movement, which is the smallest measurement on a ruler, that I can do to more of this most impossible dream? And you keep doing these small actions of light. And those small actions start to shatter glass ceilings and move you slowly towards your true destiny. And it's not easy. I could say it easy, but the action is very hard because you're going against the grain of the stream.
Wow.
But the outcome of going against the stream is life-changing.
Wow. Well, so as for Leah, I am seeing myself in your life, in your story, because at some point I found myself living at the farm in Zimbabwe, walking to school, like 2 hours to school without proper shoes, in sunny, like that scorching hot, going to school. But one thing that I kept in my mind was that, like, for example, I used to just look at it because my road to school, that was like the flight spot, like
the airplane.
Like the airplane spot. So from home all the way to school, like the planes that were living from Harare all the way to South Africa. So and I used to just look at that and be like, wow, So right now I am using this plane to mark if I am early for school or if I am late for school. But next time I will be like sitting in that plane. Well, Leah, move for fast forward right now. I fly almost every 2 months. I love that. And I'm so like, I used to just visualize myself walking to school, no shoes, sometimes no lunchbox, so sometimes going to school without even eating, still going to school and just trying to go and learn. And then one thing that I kept in me was that I used to just fantasize and see myself out of this. And sometimes I could just talk, to myself, be like, as if I am on the stage. And right now, well, I run my own speaking business doing that. So I just see myself in you, Leah, and I'm like, oh my goodness, looking from where you came from up to now, this is so amazing. And
that is what you call your predicament doesn't determine your destiny.
Yeah.
And if you and I are speaking the same language with 2 different countries, it is possible for anyone listening. I love what you say. Like, the power is visualizing your true truth, not seeing your current now. Like, where are you going to be? Like, see it. Like, one of my mentors, I call her Sister Vicky, when I told her my dream about the jewelry business, she said, okay, today I want you to close your eyes and I want you to see that business so clear. What does it look like? What is the name of it? Someone opening the package. How are you selling it? Where are you selling it? What are you wearing? Like, and you'll hear this in many different like people's speaking, the power of visualization. If you truly visualize something consistently, I don't think it's a way where you cannot put actions to it. Because it looks so clear, then the next step is, well, then what could I do to even get there? Okay, let me open a book and study.
Yeah. Because if you are, well, even the Bible says that my people are perished because of lack of vision. So visualizing your future, I think it's so important. Also, because you can only go where you know that this is where I am going. If I'm to say,
and that's the light. So when you say, what is the light, Leah? Imagine I'm in a homeless shelter. You're walking 2 hours to school. That's the darkness.
Yeah.
Where's the light? The light is you visualizing where you're going outside of where you actually are. And when you visualize it, something gets shown for you to see a pathway to your truth. That is the light. You are the light. Many times we're looking for the light or something or someone to be your light. Your mind, your God-given divine blessings. God will give you everything you need in the midst of every storm, in the midst of every obstacle. God will bless you to people that will guide you 2 steps and phases, but God will give you the vision. And you just have to tap into your own vision, and that vision becomes your light, and that light becomes your guiding path to everywhere you're supposed to be.
Everybody is looking for that secret formula to boost their business. Guess what? We have it. Welcome to the Kickstart Coaching Program. Join the Kickstart Coaching Program now and unlock your business potential. Ready to make a change? Let's do this together. Sign up today at kickstartcoaching.com. Your future is waiting. Don't keep it waiting any longer.
Yeah. And so do you also visualize your jewelry? Because I know that you hand sketch every bit of the jewelry that is out there. You sit down and do the work. You don't just say, okay, guys, so I need the designing team. I need them to go and do this. But you literally sit down and do the work. Then you give to whoever that's going to go and make that. Do you visualize that and see it first when people are wearing it? Like, what's the process on that?
My dream every time, every creation that I make comes from a dream, not a sleep dream, but a dream, what I think where it's a visualization of what would I want every heart that would wear this to feel when they put it on. What would inspire them? What would trigger them? And one collection that was so clear to me was this rooted collection that I'm wearing. I was in the midst of just life always does things, right? You go up, you come down. It's the matter of life. And I was in the midst of a challenging time, but my heart and my soul was at peace and joy, even feeling the pressure, even feeling the challenges. And I was like, well, how do I feel this way? And I had realized, and so I'd love to share one of these keys for someone to help in their way of journey is define your ways of emotion and being now, even if you're not that. So for example, I've defined myself to be peace. Even when I'm not peace, I've defined myself to be love, even if I'm not love. And then I root into that. So what does that mean? Root into it. It means then I do the research of what is love. Because my aunt taught me as a very young age, certain words are action words. Love is an action word. To say love is to actually be love. The word of saying love is the byproduct after you've already been kind, caring, gracious, patient, right? That is love. And so I root into these ways of being and I find out, well, what does peace look like? Well, peace doesn't allow things to bring stress or energy. Peace knows that there's going to be a way out. Peace sees victory even in the midst of the loss. So when the storms come, I'm able to root into those emotions that I know are true to who I want to be in the world. So I create based on emotions and feelings. There's the Worthy collection that is inspired by Jamie Kern-Lima's Worthy book. And Jamie wrote about me in one of the chapters as the butterfly when we talk about this transformative life. And so I thought about worthiness and like when I think about what I want you to feel, worthiness is this beautiful butterfly that has the beauty and the privilege to consistently transform and consistently go through this metamorphosis phase and liquefy down and then break out of a shell and then fall on the ground and wings dry a little bit and stumble and then through it all make their way to flight. Those beautiful visions is how I create pieces. I do have a connection in Africa where my father's from Angola, which is really cool. And I didn't see him much in and out as a father, that struggle. But when I did see him, I was in poverty and he would come and he would say randomly like, oh, you don't know poverty until you've experienced poverty in Africa, where I'm from. And he's like, it's not, you're in a homeless shelter, but you have actually a bathroom. And I was little and I was like, I can't grasp it. But I always in my heart was like, I want to be able to do something for hearts in Africa that have experienced tragedy like me. And so 2 years ago, I was able to go to Ghana, Africa, and I got to experience places in the village where it is a different experience of poverty. All struggle is struggle, but it's a different type of struggle. And I found that the culture was this beautiful beadwork. And so these beautiful bags behind me are hand beaded, bead by bead, through artists in the village of Ghana, Africa. Because my mission was, how do I bring income to wonderful artists who just need exposure and opportunity? And so these hand beaded bags give income and education and support to artists who would never have an opportunity to get outside of their village. And I just think it's beautiful to bring people along with you as you shine your light.
Wow. I love that. So now that you are out of this cocoon, you are out there flying, you didn't forget those who might still be in that cocoon as well. And there is one part that I just want to ask you.
Yeah.
It is everywhere on your website. It is everywhere you speak it. It is everywhere on your chair, everywhere else, And there we go again, So, what does this quote really mean? Choose joy, radiant light. If I can, you can. What does that really mean? Like, constantly choosing joy, is that the same as choosing light?
Yeah.
Because how does it mean? Because let's say I am like deep in this hole that I am right now. It is so dark, I can't see anything else. How do I find joy in those problems? So is you. Where were you finding your joy as well in your time of downfallness, in your time where you were in your minus 100,
Yes. When I was hungry. Yes.
When you were hungry.
Yes. And now, and I honestly, I'm like, my wings dried and I got to fly a little bit. And honestly, now I'm in another metamorphosis, cocoon liquefying phase, because I'm truly more of an artist and I have more passion and love and intention to give to the world. But my business part, like the finance part and the structure and operations, is not my strength. And so for this to be a blessing in the world, the way I want it to be, like I want to lift up homeless shelters and all of these big dreams, I need that part of me. And so I am struggling for the business part. So I'm in a challenge and liquefying phase. And so, like, how do you choose joy in the midst of the hurt and the pain? Well, I believe that joy is not happiness. So one thing, happiness is fleeting, right? You get a good sell, you get to eat a good meal, you're happy. Food goes away, you don't get a paycheck, you're not happy. I think joy is the foundation of truth. And truth is the light. And so if you can always find joy if you live in a foundation of truth, meaning what had happened, I'm in a storm. I mean, everything is hitting me. I lost my mother. I lost my grandmother. I lost my aunt. These 3 pillars that raised me. I've had so much hardship. And in the midst of that, I understand joy because my truth is that nothing is happening that will destroy me. Everything is happening that will strengthen me. And I've just got to find what is the key that I need to hold on to that I can use in this tragedy to take me to the next part of my future. I can't focus on the negative. I'm looking for I am a seeker of light. Like, okay, where's the goodness in this? Where can I find opportunity? Where can I find possibility? And I love to say, if I can, you can, because I know that me getting different opportunities is not because I'm special. Everyone's special in your own way. But I know the truth is that I live joy. Like my actions radiate light, meaning even if I just had a tragic experience and then I have to walk into a room, I'm not bringing the tragedy with me. I'm bringing the positivity that I made it through the tragedy with me. So then when you see me, my shoulders are back. My aunt used to tell me, Leah, you walk with your shoulders back, you walk with your chin up, and you put a smile on your face, because this opportunity to walk another step is the gratitude that you live in. And to me, that's the light, and that energy is so hard to find in the world, that people and things will come to you because of the energy that you emit. Even when you're lacking in certain areas, like me, I'm lacking in so many areas, but the opportunities that I get is because I decide that negativity, darkness, and harm will not harm me. My favorite song is "No Weapon Formed Against Me Shall Prosper." It won't work. It can't work. The only way it works is if I allow it to work.
Oh, wow. Wow. My goodness, you just said it so beautiful. And I just love it. And also, just to relate to what you have been actually saying, just remember that 3 weeks back, by the time I was in Los Angeles, by the time we were talking, by the time you were like, oh, Munya, I'm actually going to be going to Dubai to attend this conference. So I left Washington, D.C. to like hours after I heard that my dad was critically ill. Then I went to Los Angeles. I'm supposed to attend this amazing conference to network, build strong relationships, and everything else. The conference is starting on Thursday. I arrived there on Tuesday. Then Wednesday night, I heard that my dad, he's just gone. And I am at this conference. I chose to say, you know what? Let me arrange everything while I am here. None of these people are they are not here to mourn my dad. They are here to connect and to also get to do everything. So you know what I was doing? Get up in the morning, put on my beautiful happy butterfly face, and then go straight to this conference. After that, I go back home and be like, all right, now he's gone. So what must I do? And start to process some of the stuff. In the morning, I go again, happy, dancing with everybody because I was there already. So I was there. So choosing joy does not really mean that you only choose joy when things are okay. You know, up to today, I am still trying to process all these other things because it happens so suddenly. But it was really, really difficult, you know, Leah. Even by the time we were sending each other like those happy voice notes, I'm like, all right, okay, let's do this. Amazing. I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this. And then, all right, Leah, okay, so amazing. Let's do it. Let's save lives and stuff. So choosing joy is so important. You just choose. It's like you just like what Tony Robbins always say. Life doesn't happen to us; it happens for us. We only find our strength in that. But also, there's a question that Jamie always asks most of her guests, and I'm going to ask you right now that same question. Yeah. So during the time when your predicaments were predicamenting, okay. Yeah, they were just predicamenting. Did you ever doubt God exists?
Say that again.
Did you ever ask? Did you ever doubt God exists?
Good question. No, see, here's the beauty. One, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm sending you so much love and peace and comfort and strength and protection. And as I hear you share that beautiful story, someone would say like, oh, well, you don't fake. And it's not a fake. It's like, I am living the light of my legacy. I am living the light of my parents. My parents only leave physically, but their embodiment of love and passion and joy can live through me. And it is my decision to whether it's to suppress it and be morbid and dull and darkness, or I can take all of the love, all of the lessons, all of the greatness that they poured into me that I was blessed to receive, and I can shine it even brighter as an embodiment of them. And so I feel that's what you put out as you got out into the events and you were raising your hand and lifting your voice. It's a celebration of all the goodness that you have received and that you will consistently live out for your father. And so I comfort you and lift you up in that beautiful time. But thank you for that. I never doubted God existed because I was blessed with a grandma that was so God-fearing. Like, it was so wild. Like, she was raised in poverty. I think I'm miscounting, but she's the number 8 or 7 children. Her mother had like 7 or 8 children, no spouse, different fathers. She died at the 8th child, I believe. So all 7 kids were dispersed around the whole states, and they were given off to people and abused and all types of experiences, right? And so my grandmother now brings children and has a husband, and he dies, and then she raises her children in poverty. And then I meet my grandmother in a real poverty state. But what, in the midst of the ceiling falling down and water falling through, one thing she would always do was get dressed, put her jewelry on, and praise the Lord. And I didn't understand it. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me, because when I was little, I didn't understand. Who is this God that you praise, that you get dressed? And she would say, I'm getting dressed for the Lord, because she wasn't living in this, but she knew there was a greater power that kept her peace, that her whole and kept her well, even if I physically saw. So when I saw my grandmother live through tragedy times and consistently tell me how wonderful God was when I was younger and force us to learn the 23rd Psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Would make us every morning recite that. That beautiful intensity of how awesome God is. And see, I didn't see God in the beauty, I saw God in tragedy, right? And so now, in the midst of my storms, I know God is in all things. I know God is in the hardest of the hardest and will keep me still. And I know God is in the greatest that will take me all the way to Dubai, but God is not different. It's just a miraculous way of just serving God and being a light, because God, I keep going back to that light because it will never dim in the midst of any situation. So I am honored that my grandmother was a pinnacle of teaching me how awesome God is, no matter what the circumstance looks like.
Wow. Wow. That's so powerful. That's really powerful. And also to some of the people that are actually watching, from what I'm actually hearing from you and also relating it to myself, I just see that parents plays a very crucial role in raising their children. And some of the time you might not know what exactly you are doing because there is no manual of raising a child, but words really are so powerful. I just remember as well because on a Sunday of the week that my dad passed, he said something so powerful to me. He was like I normally have this some of those calls, and you're like, when you I'm so proud of you and what you are actually doing. The only thing I request you to do is that keep going and do and actually serve this world. Keep going and make this world a better place. I was like, wow, this is so powerful. So during that moment at Kajabi, as you were saying there, I literally I literally played that call because I was calling him on a line that was recorded. So I literally went back and downloaded all of the calls and listened to them. Oh wow, this is so powerful. So I really need to keep that legacy going. So thank you for also sharing that as well. Like really, our parents, they do amazing things. And you as a parent out there, I really, really advise you, or actually encourage you to also say, like, speak good to your children, because you might not know when are they going to need it.
And
you don't know.
It may not look like it'll land because, like,
I
look over my life. You wouldn't think it would land. It didn't land until I was about 30. So like just keep being, and I'm not a parent, right? I'm 45. I'm not a parent, but you are a figure in somebody's life. And it is beautiful when you can speak goodness into someone's life. And even when it seems like it doesn't make sense, when you can like lift someone up, or when you can tell them that it's possible, even when it doesn't look possible, and you keep driving, like your dad said, like serve this world for good.
Yeah.
That's going to be a seed that grows, because good grows. I believe it.
Wow. Good grows.
Good grows.
That is the seed. And but also you, like for example, good grows. And what you actually say to me, I just need to take it and start nurturing it and start taking care of it.
Yeah.
Start believing in it, because good grows if you also nurture it. If you don't and still go back to that darkness, then I'm sorry, you're only gonna be like that darkness will literally grow. So whatever you choose, grow. Whatever you choose, grow.
Which one do you want to grow? Because good grows and challenge grows. Challenge is always going to be there, right? Because challenge is the constant. That's just life. There's some things that's just going to happen. But good is going to grow, or darkness will grow, or the negativity will grow. What do you want to water? I choose to water. I choose to water good. I choose to let the light in. Like, what are you letting in? I choose to peek let little holes through, even when I'm feeling, because I'm human. I can get very angry, very mean, I can go dark really quick. But when you root into who you say you are,
Yeah.
you can find your way back to the light. Because I know when I'm being darkness because I've defined myself as light. And so I can immediately say, darkness, Leah, find the light, let the light in, pierce it out, bring peace. What is light? Peace, love, joy. Those things make light. Light, and I love the word light. I say it so much. I wear yellow and everything. I embody it. I think it's changed my life, understanding the power of light. But when I think of light, I think of it in a form of like the sun's rays light, how warm and beaming and comforting. It gives vitamins to your spirit. It brings joy to your heart. It warms you. And then I think of light as in weight. Do you want to be light where you're not carrying things, where you can move and flow freely? You can flex and change because you're not bogged down and weighted down by heavy things. When you're weighted, you can't shift. You can't change. You can't. You barely can move when you're weighted, right?
Oh yeah.
But when you release the weights, maybe the loss is a weight. Maybe what you didn't get as a child is a weight. Maybe discrimination is a weight. Maybe something is a weight. Something is a weight. When you decide to say, this can no longer be my weight, and I'm going to lighten it up, then you're able to move toward all of your destiny. And that's the power of the dual light.
Imagine skyrocketing your business without breaking the bank. Sounds too good to be true? Get any of the BNC International's automation packages. This is your ticket to more clients and less stress. Our services cover everything from Facebook and Instagram ads to lead magnets, funnels, and basic automation. Plus, you get a one-on-one coaching session to tailor everything to your business needs. Choose from our 3 awesome packages. The basic package at just $499. The growth package at $997. And our premium package at $1,499. Each package is designed to optimize your ads and maximize your results. No more guessing games, just real measurable results. And the best part? We handle all the heavy lifting so you can focus on what you do best, running your business. Ready to transform your marketing? Click the link below and let's get started with BNC International's automation packages. Because your business deserves the best.
Wow. Leah, oh my goodness. I love this man. And also Jamie always say, don't wait on your weight. Don't wait on your weight. Yeah, I should always say that. Don't wait on your weight. And also, so there's a powerful quote that I just love from the book Worthy. And I'm just gonna read it to you and ask you, I have mine here. And mine is now tabbed, mine is now written, it's marked, it's like everything because I read this book every day.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, right on page 8, she said, there's a quote that says, you don't soar to the level of your hopes and dreams. You stay stuck at the level of your self-worth. So
good.
Leah, when you were busy going through this, when life was lifing, right? I know that sometimes we normally feel like, oh my goodness, I'm not worthy about this. We self-talk ourselves out of these great opportunities and all these other things. And coming to you as a woman, a Black woman, poverty woman, with
lack of
that
education woman.
You see, with that background, right? And right now, you are in this industry that is so wealthy dominated. The jewelry, well, nobody is poor in the jewelry industry. It's those billionaires that are there and do that. And then you find yourself getting into this. How did this thought play in your life of soaring at your self-worth, either getting stuck at that level where you were with all of your predicament, and life is such a lifing, and everything around you is saying you can never live to the end of the year in this business. You can never grow this business. You must stay where you are, and you are nothing. With all those things that are there saying that, screaming to you, like, what happened? You don't soar to the level of your hopes and dreams. You stay stuck at the level of your self-worth. What does this mean to you?
Well, to me, the beauty is, and I'm gonna bring spirituality in it, but you don't. I believe in God, but you don't have to quantify it as God. But the power is that there is a creator bigger than you. This is how I define myself, and in the midst of places I walk in where someone may feel less than, or like, how am I here? What? I believe that God creates greatness, which means that I am great. Just because my experience is different than those, to me, we're all equal. And that's what that quote is saying, like your self-worth, really understanding that if you are created great. If you are created to be everywhere that your heart says you're supposed to be. That divine whisper is not a joke. Like it is your truth. And I believe in my inner whisper truth. I believe it wholeheartedly. And I believe that every land I step on, I'm supposed to be. Even in lack, even if you measure up the cards, it say, how'd you get there? Because I'm divinely destined to be here, which makes us equal. And so when you truly believe that you were created by the greatest creator, which means the greatest creator creates the greatest things, then you are deserving of everything. You are deserving to be in places that educationally you wouldn't be. You are deserving to be in economical places that your pockets and your bank account says you couldn't get to. You are deserving because the divine has put you there. And then now your job is to shine within it and bring purpose and greatness and love and pour out the truth of why you're sitting in the place that you're sitting. No one is greater than you. No human is greater than another human. No, it makes someone better or less than. The heart of the humans are equal, and all we need to do is love abundantly. And that's what I believe. When I'm somewhere, my job is to love abundantly, and no one has a level system on me. I just need to work harder. I just need to, I know that my task may be harder. I know my journey may be longer. I know my struggle may be more impacted. I know to get my company to where others may get in 10 years, it may take me 20 years. But what I know is I'm going to get there. And for that, I will keep moving.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Like what I always say is that I'm God's first grade. I'm God's favorite.
Yeah.
Because God is all knowing, He's all powerful. There's no way He's gonna create a defect person. There's no way He's gonna create a reject. The fact that He allowed me to be where I am right now, to actually go through everything that I've gone through, it means that it was supposed to be like that, because He is, just like God, just like that jewelry. As they are purifying it, it goes through hard time, it goes through beating, it goes through furnace, it goes through
come out
everything.
beautiful. Do you know the storms that it takes to get that? I mean,
it's so beautiful.
Good. And when you're in these predicaments, your job, I say, is to say, what can I learn from it? Because your journey is not like anyone else's journey. I think this will also help. This is another key. in life, we try to look at other people's journey and we think that their journey should be my journey. If my journey doesn't look similar, then I'm not fill in the blank. Your journey is not supposed to be anybody's journey. Your destiny is the truth. And maybe you're called to have a destiny similar to theirs, but the way you get there is different. Your job is every place you land is to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Wow.
learn in your way and then mold it into the journey that you are supposed to follow.
Wow. Wow. So, looking in your life from the beginning up to where it is right now, if you were to do it all over again, would you change anything and still be the Lia Valencia Key we have today? Or you'll be like, God, give me that same package again. I like it as it is.
I get emotional. I wouldn't. I know it sounds cheesy, and I've been through some rough times, and many people have been through rougher.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I would love the way I love. I can't say that I would be as grateful as I am. I can't say that I would be as empathetic as I am. I can't say that I would understand tragedy and trauma the way that I do. So when I am put in a great place, it doesn't define me. When I'm in a beautiful place, that thing doesn't define me. The fact that I got there is the glory to me, but not the thing. If I hadn't have done the struggle and consistently do the struggle,
Yeah.
like right now, like I am in, like I said, a very rough time of understanding like how to get sales, like how to do finances and my books and like all these things that I don't know. I don't think that if it was just given to me that easy, that when I get to the place of where this business is going to grow, that my impact will be as great. Because when I get to that pinnacle that I know I'm supposed to be, then the pouring out of schools and homeless shelters and communities that I'll be doing and seeking is because of the struggle and the lack that I experienced. Because now I know somebody needs to learn business tools. Somebody needs to know finance. If it was just given to me, that wouldn't be my heart and my soft spot to give and serve.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Like last week, I actually put a video out. I was like, guys, if I were to live my life again from the beginning up to now, I wouldn't change anything. Actually, I might actually ask more challenges than what I literally went through. Because yes, and somebody was like, Munya, but look, you
Now, I'm
went
not
through
going to ask for
depression.
more challenges.
Yeah, Munya, you went through depression. Look, listen to how you talk. At some point in life, you couldn't even talk. I'm like, exactly that. I needed that to be who I am right now, so I can be more people.
You better than me. I'm like, okay, God, this is on my challenge level. You can start soaring me now.
Yeah, but and
Yeah.
one cut off. Yeah, but like, why Tony Robbins say like, I use that every day in my life. Like, life does not happen to us; it's happened for us, so that we could learn. Because if I go through, like for example, at some point I found myself each and every year getting in same trouble. Each and every year I get in trouble, I get out of that, and then next year again I get in the same trouble, I get out of there. The next time I get in the, and then I'm like, okay, Lord, I think I've seen it all. Is it because I'm not learning something or something? Jamie also said you may have those people and some of those problems come sometimes wearing the same cologne, so they're wearing the same cologne. I love that. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, when am I going to learn? Exactly.
But also those problems, they're there for us to learn, so that we can become better. And then next time when you face the same thing, you then address it differently. So I end up saying, okay, God, last time I learned this, and then the other time I learned this, but I think this is the other part that you wanted me to learn. Okay, but can't we get enough of this? And then can you say, can you give me at least another one?
Exactly.
Make me graduate.
I think it's a when we set our minds to like explore and be more explorative of the experience versus letting the experience happen to us, then you can find your way out a little better. Because like when the horror comes, you can just overcome, oh, it happened to me and these happened to me. But when you become more investigative, that's a good thing. When you start unlocking like, oh, okay, this time I did that and I said it this way that time. Maybe if I try it this way, then it becomes more of a learning experience for you. It's still painful, but you can learn your way through some traumas. And then some traumas you cannot learn. There's no answers, right? Like you would ask, I lost my mother. You was, why? At such an early age, why? You know, and I'm not asking for an answer for that. But what I'm saying is I can take that and use it as my strength and allow every part of that I can't understand why it happened, but I know that it happened and I'll use it to my glory. And I'll allow it to be light within me versus darkness that waits me.
Use it to your glory and learn and move forward. Wow. You know, Leah, our time, it is running out, but but you know, I just want to ask you this, what's your message to the world or to somebody who is in the situation where they are not seeing any way out? Everything is just dark, but still need to find that joy and choose that and actually choose that joy, find that light, and realize that there are still light. Like, what's your message to those people?
First of all, the power is within you. So I believe there's a greater power, and the greater power is waiting for you, arms open, wide. I'm here. I'm in the midst of the darkness. I'm in the deepest valley. I am in the darkest trenches. But I give you free will. And the free will is the way you want to use your mindset and state and thoughts. And so if you use it, that I decide how my mind handles this. And then I say, then now I look up to the higher power and say, I pray for some guidance. I pray for some direction. I pray for some signs. Give me one little sign. And when you ask for the signs and when you ask for the little ways, if you're truly open to see, you will see it. But the only way you'll see it is if you're looking for it. So I say keep an eye to see. I say keep a vision like we started with that the average person would say is impossible. And make that vision so clear, it's like a painting. And then when you visualize it so clearly and you ask God for millimeter steps, then I say, get into the action steps. My aunt used to tell me it's an action word. It's an action word. There's power in seeing and vision and praying. But the next key is to do. And every action is not going to produce fruit.
Yeah.
The fruit is the action. But what I can tell you is the more action you do, some fruit will eventually get produced. So don't get depressed and discouraged by the faultiness or the lack of results or whatever's happening from the action. Your job and your victory is that I did something toward it, that I tried something, that I spoke to someone today, that I decided that I was going to smile today, even when my heart was hurting, that I decided I was going to walk out in the sun today, even when I felt like staying inside, that I decided to Google how to fill in the blank to get a word and a message. And then when you get that word and the message, you take one little step in action. And if you keep going and you keep going, and I say, never give up on your light, because your light is your guiding star to all that God has for you.
Wow. Your light is your guiding star to all that the Lord has in for you. I love that. And also, one thing that I really, really love as well is that take those millimeter steps, because so many people, they normally want to take those 1 mile step. They call them milestones. Well, I'm not going to change from milestones to millimeter stones, because I love that. It's one of those little simple steps that are so amazing that can really take somebody from being where you are to where you really want to go. Lia,
And be patient.
thank you so much for
Thank you so much. I think the last thing that hit me that I have to share is 2 keys that be patient with yourself and your heart and give yourself grace, because God will give you grace. And patience, I heard that quote, is a virtue, but it really is. Patience is power. You see on social media and in this time that everything is fast forward and rapidly moving and magic is happening so quick. And it does happen for some people like that, and that's beautiful. But I said, give yourself patience. Sometimes it takes a long time to break a habit. Keep trying to break it. I just start to see victory in eating well. I'm 45. I've been battling this thing of I want to eat better. I want to eat better. I want to eat better. And I would say it. So say it out, and give yourself time and patience. And there will be a moment where it clicks.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lia. Thank you so much. Patience, it's what we need. And oh my goodness, thank you so much for making time to really come and share and pour your heart. I give you those virtual hugs, and just pour into everybody. And to our listeners, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time to listen to this and to also watch this. Please do not just listen and watch. And as I say every week, take these things, write them down, use them for your own good. Because guess what? I listen to this podcast each and every week as well, because there are so many lessons to be drawn out of this and apply in our lives so that we can change our lives. And remember, you are the light. And you have been inspired here. Now it's your turn to go and inspire others, as our show called Inspired to Inspire. Thank you so much. Have yourself a great day, great night, great morning, wherever you are. Much love. Much love.
Mr. M. Dongo.
Mr. Dongo.
Wonderful time working with Mr. G.
M. Dongo, and he is a 10x person.
I love your energy.
He just go like boom, 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 boom. It's amazing.
I always love the way this man carries himself with dignity and respect.